Happy weekend, everyone. It's great to be here on Sunday, of course. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple more SPACs. It was great to see retail come rushing back to the SPAC plays from, places like GameStop and AMC. And we're going to be taking a look at two SPACs, HEC, and WPF. We'll also take a little glance at a couple that I talked about 2 weeks ago, Gold Nugget and VGAC. So let's check it out. So the first SPAC we're going to be taking a look at is HEC, so HEC. They're going to be merging with Talkspace. Now Talkspace, they do virtual online healthcare, so like telemedicine and whatnot. This is going to be a $1.4 billion SPAC. And let's take a look at their investor relations company page to kind of see what they're about. So directing officer of HEC is Doug Branstein. This is a JP Morgan former exec. And since COVID really created kind of a gap in the market, you saw their users climb from 20,000 to 28,000. They seem to have taken advantage of a really good opportunity for market growth. So looking at this article right now, this article came out mid-November. This is Talkspace expressing interest in selling for $1 billion. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Teladoc being a potential buyer for Talkspace. Teladoc, they merged with Livongo, and they're looking to really increase their influence in the telemedicine space. Right now, HEC has a market cap of about $492 million, and buying out Talkspace for $1 billion, that would boost that market cap up substantially, and we could be looking at $25 a share just about based on the current stock price. So right here, this is their daily chart. We can see the 50-day moving average, that was at 1070. They bounced off that remarkably strong Friday. In fact, we saw a bunch of big buys come in at the end of the day, Friday afternoon, and that pushed it all the way back up to its resistance up at 1220-ish. And again, if it breaks that 1220, who knows how high it can go. But in the event that it falls back down, 1070 is going to be a pretty solid place to enter a position. So overall, I like the space that they're going into. I like telemedicine, especially with COVID, providing a great opportunity for growth. Potential buyouts are always a good thing. And just given how cheap it is for SPACs with that $10 floor, I'd say it's a pretty good option, especially for a mid to long-term play. So the next stock we're going to be taking a look at is WPF. This is another fully SPAC, all right? WPF, they offer administration and HR solutions. These are the guys who enroll your employees into healthcare services, all that kind of jazz. A big reason I like this one is because of Bill Foley. He's the fellow who's taken BFT. That's going to be PaySafe. And, we've seen what BFT has been able to do over the last couple months. Also, I know that CNBC has been giving Foley's SPACs a shout out every now and then. They gave BFT one. Looking at the daily chart, we can see right now it's bouncing at around the 50-day moving average. Personally, I think this is a good solid place to buy. Again, especially because it's right by that $10 SPAC floor. If it does manage to break through that 1111 area, it may get down to 1066. That's around the 100-day moving average. But again, if you're playing support resistance as to where to buy and where to sell, I think right now is a decent place to put a starter position in. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about GNOG, Gold Nugget Online Gaming, and they've had a couple pops. They've fallen back. Right now, they're trading at around 1850. Not optimal, but this is all about learning, about investing. These are going to be longer-term plays occasionally. So if we look at the daily chart, we're seeing that actually did break that 50-day moving average that I talked about a couple weeks ago. It challenged the 100-day moving average and tried to work its way back up, and unfortunately, it couldn't break at 2025. Confirming a downtrend right now. So we are in a downtrend. We need to break to the upside. But as of right now, I see that it could potentially challenge the 100-day moving average again at around 1750 or so. So that would be the spot I'd be looking to buy and go from there. So also a couple weeks ago, we talked about VGAC, Virgin Group Acquisition Corp. and they had their pop. They announced their target. It's going to be 23andMe. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be Virgin Orbit, but look, they popped up to 18 on Thursday. Hope a lot of people were able to take advantage of that. Now we can see on the daily chart that did create a gap on the way up. I mean, it shot up pretty violently. So potential to go down, fill the gap, and give a good place to buy back in. So that's about it for today. We're going to take out HEC. We're going to take a look at WPF, as well as hang in there with Golden Nugget Online Gaming. VGAC, maybe look to buy back in if it can challenge that gap on the daily. But other than that, have a great rest of your weekend, and let's kill it on Monday.